Hi YouTube friends, it's Tom here. Welcome. Join me because today we're making another Paracord bracelet, and this one is done in the Mad Max style, and we're doing it using two coloured snake knots. This one is going to require two pieces of paracord, and each piece is 140 centimeters, which is around about 55 inches. Start by taking one of your pieces of paracord and just take your lighter and melt the end a little bit and then press it flat so you get a nice flat surface on your end. After you've flattened out the end, take that same piece and just fold it over, forming a bite, and then with your other piece just feed out a little bit and then wrap around that bite going forwards, and then moving in that direction, go around one more time, and then with the working end just want to feed it through the center underneath that X, right through the center of the knot. And then we just want to pull these ends and tighten this right down, and just grab it and pull it quite firmly. Next, we just want to pull this tag in so it seats up against this knot here. So just pull out that slack until it's all the way to the end of that knot, and because it's nice and flat now, it shouldn't pull through. And now we just fold this loop down and cut off this excess piece here, and we're also going to need to singe that one off. So just singe that off, then press it down, and then keep this scrap piece, and we're just going to put that scrap piece in the loop and then close that loop down over the scrap, and we can tighten that quite firmly around that scrap piece of paracord. Now we want to start tying our snake knots, so grab your left strand, take it over the right and then around the back, and then just pull that through. Switch those two strands over, and then with your left strand just fold that over and tuck it down through the right loop, and then pull that all the way through and tighten the snake knot up against the knot here at the top. And then we just want to repeat. Take the left strand over the right and then around the back. Switch those two strands over, and then feed that left strand down through the right loop and pull through. And tighten that snake knot right up against the previous one. So I'll go through that one more time. take the left strand over the right and all the way around the back. Then switch those two strands over. And feed the left strand down through the right loop. And tighten this snake knot up against the previous one. And then you just need to keep tying snake knots until you get the bracelet to the desired length. Once you get down to the end here, we'll go to the very ends of these pieces of paracord, and if you have a paracord fid, you can attach your fid to the end, but if you don't, that's fine. Just cut the end at an angle and then grab your lighter and just singe the end and then singe the whole lot, sort of the last 1 to 2 inches of the end of the paracord, and roll this into a nice point. And then just repeat that for the other piece of paracord too. Once you've prepared your ends, move back up to the top of the bracelet and just remove that scrap piece of paracord and then feed both of those ends through that small loop. So the first one's not too bad, and the second one sometimes takes a bit of effort to get through. So just work it until you get the end through that loop. Once you've fed your ends through that loop there at the top, you can measure the bracelet out against your own hand, and you want it so it just fits over the widest part of your hand. So just adjust it until you're comfortable with the fit, and then keeping those two strands at that location, you just need to tie a stopper knot here on the end, and I like the double connection knot, so to tie that one I'm going to take the bottom strand over that top one, forming a loop. Then I'm going to take my working end down through that loop, and then just pulling on the bottom part, close that loop down and keep this bottom loop here open and keep it pinched off as well. Take the other strand over around the back and to the front. There should be a loop here and then a loop at the back, and feed that working end through both loops. Then we can switch strands, tighten that first knot down, and then switch strands again and tighten that second one down, just until it forms an X shape here. And then if you flip the knot over, it should also form an X. Now we just loosen that off a little bit and then move the knot up against that loop. So just maneuver the knot along and tighten it up. And then we just need to cut the ends off, and I just like to leave a little bit of excess here, And you can also singe those end parts off with your lighter too. So singe them off and then the bracelet should be done. So that's it, your finished Mad Max snake knot bracelet. If you have any comments, suggestions or requests, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel. I like you all and I'll see you on the next video.